Welcome to Defining Behavior. Before we can change student behavior, we need to define that behavior. In fact, defining behavior is the first step in supporting student behavior. Now, some people may say, why take the time to define behavior? But it's vital to define behavior in clearly observable terms in order to measure progress. So what do I mean by observable? Well, observable behaviors can be seen. It might help you to imagine the observer as a camera. Other behaviors are more easily heard, and so imagine them as being recorded by a tape recorder. In both cases, the recording device is unable to give a subjective opinion about the behavior. Good observers know this. They don't give their opinions, they just record the facts. So let's look at some examples. Off task isn't really observable until we add crawls on floor, taps pencil, or plays with objects in desk. Then we know that this woman is off task. Making our descriptions measurable allows us to count and quantify, which makes it much easier to figure out if our strategies are working. This is particularly important as we're working as part of a team to control and change behavior. Phrases like disrupts other students' learning become measurable when we add descriptors like tapping neighbors on shoulders, grabbing peers' materials, doodles on neighbor's paper, or whispers to neighbor. Phrases like uses profanity become measurable when we add uses words referencing toileting, or referencing sex, or referencing deity. Operational definitions. Andrew wanders around is not operational. Andrew leaves his assigned seat during instruction without permission is operational and can be seen and recorded by various separate observers. What is the frequency, duration, and/or intensity of the behavior? Frequency refers to the number of times a behavior occurs. Many times I've heard teachers say, he's always out of his seat. And yet when we conduct an observation, we discover he's only out of his seat 3 or 4 times. Maybe too many times for that teacher, but the actual number will help us track the student's improvement. Duration refers to the length of time a behavior occurs. There's a very big difference between a 5-second behavior and a 2-minute behavior. Intensity is a little more difficult to measure, and so creating an assigned numerical scale may help quantify it. If you've been to the doctor or urgent care recently, you may have been asked to rate your pain intensity on a scale from 1 to 10. Communicating a number helps caregivers determine how soon and how much help you need. So how do we keep track of all of this behavior? You guessed it, we use data.